Welcome along to Sydney Motorsport Park for this, the second round of the Swann Super Series, where today we feature the Matrice Dampers Supersports and the AM-Sport 600. Matrice Dampers are the new naming rights sponsor for the Supersport class and one of the world's best suspension manufacturers. You can check out Matrice Dampers at shocktreatment.com.au. Sam Lambert is the one that everyone is trying to chase after dominating 2 of the 3 races in round 1. But can the likes of Giuseppe Scarcella, Hayden Spinks and Callum Barker reel him in? Only time will tell. In the AM-Sport 600s, Carl Kitson is also attempting to stamp his authority on the class after dominating proceedings in yesterday's opening round. And like many of the riders in the field, Kitson's objective in this new class is to go out and have fun racing.
All the guys that race in this class, we just like having a good time racing. So we all come out, the grid's 35 riders or so. It's a similar class to being run elsewhere. We're here for the fun, to race some of the faster guys, and it's inclusive of all of our bikes. So we can all race whatever we have. We don't care about tyre rules, we just want to have a good time and go fast.
As Carl said, there's other classes, other series that are running similar classes. I pretty much know everybody here. Everybody knows me. Been doing it for a long time, back in the UK and out here. Carl started racing 3 years ago, and it's just a family, you know. It's just good fun.
Most of us actually run older tyres for the start. We might get a new one in sometime through the weekend. That's what we're doing for sure. Most of our bikes have suspension changes, so Owen's karts is on mine, Elka rear shock. They're all done by Glenn Alladin. It's a name everyone might recognise. Most of our bikes have engine modifications, which aren't legal in the Supersport class. That's why we're racing in the AM-Sport class. It's legal. So not too much of a change in there, but a couple of components, quite similar, but it just makes it a little bit quicker. We share suspension data. We've recently swapped places in lap times. I'm a little bit quicker now, so we've redone Stuart's suspension with my changes, and he's picking up a little bit of time now. So it's just like everything, even the other guys we're not related to. We're all helping each other. It's all family, so that's why we do it.
Riders are on the grid in readiness for the opening race of the Matrice Dampers Supersport and AM-Sport 600s. Now, Sam Lambert dominated all but one of the Supersport races in the opening round yesterday. Can he make it a clean sweep today? Well, here's the grid. Let's have a look at how they start. Sam Lambert, Giuseppe Scarcella and Hayden Spinks share row 1. On the second row, it's Simon Rees, Ben O'Connor and Callum Barker. Over the page, we look at row 3, which is headed by Brian Bolster. Stephanie Redmond, the first of the lady riders in P8. Carl Kitson shares that third row. Grant Davis, Adam Hend and Adrian Pellegrin on the fourth row, whilst the fifth row is shared by Jason Wilburn, Mark Lebreu and Fernando Perez. Row number 6 sees Selen, Aitken and Robbie Tesserero rounding up that row. It is set for 6 laps. It is the Matrice Dampers Supersport AM-Sport 600. We have 41 qualifiers here eligible to start. We have 40 of them on the grid, with the demise of Jimmy Broadbent. Looking to a good start from almost everybody there. Somebody over on the extreme right-hand side of the screen getting a cracker of a start. It may have been the Power Fuels custom creation, Callum Barker, that did a great job.
Yeah, the custom creator race fuel team, but excellent work by Sepp Scarcella as well. But is that Sam Lambert out in front again? Oh, Sepp Scarcella's gone really wide for the first time through bikebiz.com.au, and that gives Barker a chance to get up the front. It looks like Hayden Spinks has got the better of Scarcella as well. So at the moment it is Lambert, Barker McVeigh racing, and then it is the 2 Kawasaki's of Spinks, Rees and Scarcella.
So it is the former Northern Territorian Sam Lambert, who used to live in Darwin, now bases himself in Brisbane because it's easier to get to the races. His father has even relocated his business, and the addicted to track Yamaha YRD R6 rider Sam Lambert doing a great job out in front.
As they come through the Sydney Motorsport Park ride days section of the circuit, Lambert now getting a little bit of a lead from Scarcella, who has now got the better of Callum Barker, but it looks like he's at Simon Rees up the inside now of Hayden Spinks. So Rees moving up further through the field, so the 3 Kawasaki's having a great battle between themselves.
Out of turn number 9, the majority of the field mid-pack thread the needle for the run down the Ipone Oils back straight. and into Matrice Dampers turns, which our race leader has negotiated successfully for the run down the Swann Insurance Main Straight, heading into the fastest corner on the circuit, the Racers World Turn 1.
Yes, they're about 255 kilometres an hour. These so-called little 600s were doing into that turn 1 yesterday. But Mark Barker McVeigh having a big look up to the inside of Scarcella.
I think you'll find it was actually Scarcella getting around the outside of Barker, because Barker was in second place, and Skep Scarcella there has certainly made every post a winner in terms of slipstreaming.
Yeah, and you can see the Kawasaki's a little bit more top speed than the Suzuki there, but Barker, the youngster from Queensland for the Power Plus Racing Fuels and Custom Creator, his new sponsor, which is actually sponsoring 33% of any merchandise they sell for him into his racing machine. So it's excellent to work there by the young Queenslander.
Young Stephanie Redmond back in 6th place, doing a great job on the Rokondi Brighton Bike and Bits entry, number 49, her Yamaha R6 Victorian based, Phillip Island based, and she is also a tutor and teacher of road racing schools around Australia.
Yes, and very good riding there by him, but it's number 7th on the field at the moment. That is Ryan Sellen just with her and Davis, and Labroy having a good battle here, but is that Barker going to have a look up the inside of Scarcella? Scarcella already sliding all over the track there, Lance, coming through turn 9.
But that's pretty typical of Giuseppe. He likes to ride the bike loosely. He's not one that likes it to be running on rails. He likes to be able to get a feel of the bike and what have you. Sometimes that works to his advantage, other times to his disadvantage, but it's certainly in his favour at the moment.
Yes, and changing to the Kawasaki this year. We've seen him ride a Honda for the last couple of seasons, but drag race down the line between himself and young Callum Barker. Let's see who's got the speed. Looks like they've done some work to that Suzuki overnight, because that wasn't that close yesterday against the Kawasaki's, but Barker up the inside now as Scarcella moves into second spot.
Let's have a look on board from Skep Scarcella at the start. Team Sep 47. You could see that he got the upper hand early stages of Sam Lambert, who got plenty of air under the front wheel. But Lambert, he would swoop across the nose of him and end up relegating Scarcella back one place as they head down into bikebiz.com.au for the first time. Lambert resuming condition as normal. Forcing a mistake there from Scarcella. He went wide. That allowed Callum Barker to get up into second place. Back to live action now, coming out of the final turns for the run down the Swann Insurance Main Straight on the Team K-Works Carl Kitson machine. You can see and you can hear the revs building up as they try and slipstream each other down this long straight. This battle for 4th place between Hayden Spink, Simon Rees and Carl Kitson is thrilling the crowd here at Sydney Motorsport Park, heading through Racers World Turn number 1 for the short run down to bikebiz.com.au. You can see how intense this battle for the minor placings is. And not that far behind is the comeback kid himself, Jamie Aitken, on board his older model CBR 600.
Yeah, Jamie Aitken making his return, sitting in a good position in 11th position. So what was that, 7 years?
7 years since he's ridden in anger, and his father Paul is in the pit side with him as well, and both of them have got big smiles on their faces to be back involved in motorcycle
racing. It's good to see the Aikens back. Jamie Aitken, Formula Oz rider, but like I said, 7 years back on the little CBR 600, having a great time mixing it in the AM Sports.
It's all about fun in the Aitken camp at the moment, and they're certainly enjoying it here at Sydney Motorsport Park. Back to this battle though for the minor placings. It is a 5-way dice as they head around the back of the Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days Corporate Hill, and we're talking about Reese, Spinks, Redmond, Sellen.
Yes, and there's Brett Bolster too, number 22 on that yellow and black R6. He's doing double duties as well as the Supersport 700, the Super Twin 700 class. But great riding there. Steph Redmond leading this little group at the moment, just in front of Ryan Sellen, who's just got the better of her going into Matria's Dampers turns 11 and 12.
Yeah, I think you'll find that that's actually Ladbroy that's up there in front on the 333. That's doing a good job. He managed to get up in front of both Sellen and Redmond. Sellen a little bit further back. If I'm incorrect, I apologise.
You are correct, because Sellens is a red-livered bike, not the green. He's the at-racing 600 Supersport entrant. But, Steph Redmond still maintaining that position now in 8th position on the road. So good ride by her.
Here's a replay now of that mid-pack battle being led by the young Victorian Rokondi Brighton Bike and Biz Yamaha R6 mounted Stephanie Redmond. You can see there's little less than a breath between those 5 riders. It wasn't long, though, before the At-One Pro Race suits Ryan Sellen used the slipstreaming to perfection and overtook young Stephanie Redmond down the Swann Insurance main straight, heading into the race's world turn number 1.
Sam Lambert has eked out a 9.5 second lead from Barker, McVeigh and Scarcella, who are neck and neck now, 0.4 of a second apart when they cross the line. But here they come now. Here comes Sepp Scarcella, a big look into turn 9, can't quite do it. Callum Barker is there, just holding out the Kawasaki number 7 machine. So Barker, it's a bit of a tear off there as they come down the iPhone oils back straight. This is they'll be the second to last lap when they cross the line this time. The young Queens are having a great ride on that Suzuki. Not one of the more fancied Supersport 600 machines, Lance. It's been the Kawasaki and the Yamaha in recent years.
Isn't it good to see that the Suzuki brand is coming on a little bit, not only in this form of motorsport, but worldwide as well?
Yes, in the Grand Prix, the World Superbikes, as Brendan McIntyre's waiting for that new one to come out. But a good race down the straight there. I think definitely they've done something to the gearing of that Suzuki, because it was getting left behind down the Swann Insurance main straight yesterday. But here comes Sepp Scarcella getting a tighter line into bikebiz.com.au. Can he maintain that line? Sepp's gone into second spot now, and he's held that line there, Lance. So Sepp up one step of the podium.
Yeah, into second place. Callum Barker getting a little bit squirrely under power on the exit of bikebiz.com.au. Settles it down for the run over the top of bikehaggle.com.au drop off and into Dunlop Sportsmax. Firstly the right-hander, now the left-hander, balancing themselves for the run on the exit to keep it as tight as they can. Take a look at how close it really is through Races World here. Rubbing shoulders, Barker on the outside, Giuseppe Scarcella on the inside. Gets the upper hand at this stage down into bikebiz.com.au. But will it last for the remaining lap?
Yeah, you can see the differing lines there. Seppi Scarcella was really tight there, trying to maintain his position. Barker was going really wide to actually see if he can get more dry down the iPhone oils back straight. Coming through Matthias Dampers now, getting onto the Swann Insurance main straight once again. The final lap flag has been waved because Sam Lambert's already crossed the line. He's just finished with a 1:35.8. This is a great Barker up the inside, showing some great speed on that Suzuki.
Oh, Scarcella's determination, though. He didn't want to give that one up, did he?
No, he fought very hard to get into second, but young Callum Barker from Queensland is from young Hatton Vale in Queensland, so he's not going to give up. So he's trying different lines to see if he can get some different drive out of the corners. Last lap, 3/4 of a lap to go.
Oh, under power again, very wriggly is Callum Barker, as opposed to the Kawasaki of Scarcella, which seems very, very settled.
Yes, only a couple of about half a lap to go now as they come through Dunlop Sportsmax turn 4 and 5. Big, nice left-hand corner uphill driving here. Unfortunately, we saw where Brad Swallow lose his chain, but Sepp Scarcella's maintaining that lead. Getting ready to come through Sydney Motorsport Park ride days and run around Corporate Hill for the last time, race 1 of the Supersport and AM-Sport 600s.
Out of turn 6, through turn 7, into turn number 8. All about the run around Sydney Motorsport Park ride days, Corporate Hill. Forget about Sam Lambert. He's off in front by the proverbial country mile. These two battling it out for the minor podium positions. Sepp Scarcella just in front. There's our race leader, Sam Lambert, overtaking and lapping one of the riders as he exits the final turns, Matrice Dampers, for the run down the Swann Insurance main straight and takes his third victory of the weekend here in the opening race of
Lance Barker's got the better of Scarcella there through Matrice Dampers. But let's see who's going to get the drag race line. Barker's going to get it. No, it's going to be Scarcella. No, yes, I think Scarcella's just got that one. But unfortunately, sorry about that cutting in, Lance, but bit of action coming through Matrice Dampers, 11 and 12.
It sure was. Here's a replay of that manoeuvre of Barker up the inside of Scarcella, but he went a little bit too wide. You can see that he gets a little bit squirrely under power, trying to get maximum traction out of that final turn for the run home to the checkered flag halfway down the Swann Insurance main straight. Scarcella capitalised on that. They momentarily swapped leather brands, but it was Scarcella victorious in that battle for the minor placing second and third. And right behind them, the battle continued on for the minor placings indeed. Let's recap the results. Lambert, Scarcella, Barker, Spinks and Reese, your top 5, with Kitson, Bolton, LeBrew, Sellen and Jamie Aitken in his comeback race meeting finishes in the top 10.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'm enjoying being up here. It's I'm I'm just pushing my hardest to get the most out of the tyres and the most out of the bike, so that way I can improve myself as a rider and get where I want to be.
Oh, look, we just keep going the way that we were yesterday. We just have front end problems in the front, a lot of chattering in the front. You can expect that, I'll be in one piece and so will the bike, because it's really not letting me go as fast as I want to.
Yeah, it's good to be here on round 2 today on Sunday, and especially racing with Giuseppe. He pulled me down into the lap times, Dad just said, so yeah, hopefully there's some more good battles, and there was a lot of close dice in that race then. I'm sure it made for some good TV, and it was hard on me riding, and I'm sure it was Giuseppe too, but yeah, hopefully we'll keep it going during the day.
Coming up next on this second round of the Swann Super Series coverage is all of the action of Race 2 in the Matrice Dampers Supersport AM-Sport 600s. All the action of Race 2 in the Matrice Dampers Supersport AM-Sport 600 is coming your way very shortly as part of this continued coverage of the Swann Super Series, coming to you from Sydney Motorsport Park. My name is Lance Robertson, along with Tim Graham. We are your commentary team for this second round. Let's take the opportunity now to look at how they start in Race 2. It is the finishing order from Race 1. Sam Lambert, Giuseppe Scarcella and Callum Barker share the front row of the grid. Hayden Spink, Simon Rees and Carl Kitson on row 2. Brian Bolster, Mark LeBrew, Ryan Sellen on the third row. Row 4, Jamie Aitken, Robbie Tesserero and Grant Davis. Rows 5 and 6, Stephanie Redmond, Brooke Ernest, Mary Molina, Nathan Gale, Elias Matre and Stuart Kitson.
Let's see if Sep Scarcella and Callum Barker McVeigh can answer any of the questions of his Yamaha.
Look to the left-hand side of the screen, the number 21, Sam Lambert from the Northern Territory, Darwin-based originally, now in Brisbane. He doesn't get it. Callum Barker gets a whole shot.
Callum Barker McVeigh on his Power Plus Racing Fuels custom creator elite motorcycle Suzuki gets the whole shot. Let's see if he... Oh, but look at this, straight into turn 2. Already bikebiz.com.au's gone wide. Can Barker get back up the front? He's mentioned... Talked to him yesterday, he wasn't going to let these riders mug him like he did yesterday with the Kawasaki's and the Yamahas a little bit quicker, so he knows exactly what he needs to do, Callum Barker McVeigh, and he's doing it now.
Skep Scarcella challenging up there for second place as well. So Sam Lambert, he's got it all to do. Callum Barker, he's thrown it down very quickly, but it looks like Lambert is already in front as he heads out of the Dunlop Sports Max turn left.
Yeah, Sam's got in the lead just in front of Barker McVeigh coming into Sydney Motorsport Park. Ride days there is that Scarcella there, Spinks, Reeves on their Kawasaki's following the Yamaha and the Suzuki out in front, ready to come down the second of the Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days Corporate Hill into turn 9. But look at Scarcella up the inside of McVeigh. Can't quite do it at the moment, and McVeigh's lost 2 positions there in the first lap, so he's got a lot of work to do in the remaining 6.
Hayden Spinks and Simon Rees looming larger than life in the background, ready to pounce on any opportunity that is presented to them. But in the meantime, here is our race leader, the man that has dominated this class so far this weekend. Sam Lambert heads out of turns 10, 11 and 12, the Matrice Dampers corner, and for the run down the Swann Insurance Main Straight.
And here comes this huge field, so it comes across the line. It is still Sam Lambert, Scarcella's there, Barker, Spinks, Rees, Kitson, Jimmy Broadbent on his BC Performance Machine, Sellen, Bolster, LeBroy rounding out the top 10.
And look at that, Jamie Aitken up into 11th place, Redmond, Stephanie Redmond in 12th place, a little bit further back than what you would like to be.
Oh, there's a couple of riders touching going into Bike Biz there, number 22 there. I think that was that could have been Brad Bolster there on his yellow livered machine. Yes, I think it was. Lucky not to take another one of the riders out then, got back on the circuit, so he's resumed in 9th spot. But look at Scarcella now chasing down Lambert out front.
Some great vision on board the At1 Pro race suits. Ryan Sellen Kawasaki heading through Dunlop Sports Max and for the run up to the Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days turn number 6 as he's battling it out. So too this massive battle of a half a dozen riders for the minor placings. But let's have a look at a replay from on board Sam Lambert's Yamaha YRD R6 as he heads down the Swann Insurance Main Straight into the Races World turn number 1. You could see there that Callum Barker on the inside gets a better start. or in fact is that Giuseppe Scarcella? Either way, it doesn't matter. They were rubbing shoulders down into bikebiz.com.au. Here is a replay of the minor battle as well, the minor placings. Oh, you can see there, hard under brakes, Brian Bolster on the RA Draper Medical Services Yamaha R6, almost mounting the rear cowling of the rider in front of him. But it's Jimmy Broadbent that leads this battle over bikehaggle.com.au drop-off.
Yeah, but look at Jamie Aiken. Jamie Aiken's out in front of Selen there. LeBroy as well. Steph Redmond's in that little group on the pink helmet. You can see her pretty good. But look at Jamie Aiken. He does know his way as his circuits. He's got a good memory then, hasn't he?
He certainly has. And right behind him is Jimmy Broadbent with, I think you'll find Ryan Selen on the red livery.
Yeah, that's the @1 Motorcycle Race Leathers team. Yep.
That's it. Our race leader in the meantime heading down the iPone Oils back straight towards the Matrice Dampers left-handers. Callum Barker in third place. Skip Scarcella just ahead. And Lambert already on to the Swann Insurance main straight.
Yeah, Hayden Spinks there and Simon Rees on their Kawasaki's coming onto the Swann Insurance main straight once again. Callum Barker a little bit ahead of this battle of the Kawasaki's. The Kawasaki's having a little bit more top end than we've seen all weekend there. But the lap time, Scarcella now the fastest rider on the track with a 1:36.46. Lambert of 36.47.
So it's Yamaha leading Suzuki. Then a duo of Kawasaki's. Look at this up the inside. Reese, I thought he was going to T-bone his fellow Kawasaki rider there. I think he did as well, which is why he sat it upright and has lost a lot of ground now.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of ground running off under brakes there, but at the front now, look at this. Sam Lambert won by 14.5 seconds in the first race, Lance. He's not going to have it his own way in race number 2.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's just doing what he needs to do, the old Mick Doohan approach. You've only got to win by the narrowest of margins to win, or whether in fact he's got a problem and Skip Scarcella has improved, whether he's got different rubber on or what the story is.
Yeah, that's right. We don't know what's happening there, and what Mick Doohan used to say, win at the slowest possible speed.
That's exactly correct.
But Sepp Scarcella may have put a new tyre on to get the additional grip, which they can choose to do if they need to, if they use a qualifying tyre in the first race, but he's right there. Sam hasn't got it all his own way at the moment.
So down the iPone Oils back straight, heading into the Matrice Dampers left-handers. Our race leader, he's been dominant throughout the race weekend, has Sam Lambert, as Tim mentioned earlier. He's only lost one race, and that's because of his own, as he said, stupidity.
Yes, well, he did crash. But look at it now, Scarcella now with 0.3 of a second as they crossed the line last time. Pretty much the same, but 35.9 by Lambert. Lambert is answering the chase of Scarcella there. So Scarcella still in the 36 flats, but now Lambert the first into the 35s.
Let's just take a deep breath and have a look at some of the great slow-mo replays available to us here, highlighting the extreme lean angles and intensity of some of the riders on board these Matrice Dampers Supersport and AM-Sport 600 machines.
Yes, geez, Jimmy Broadbent there leading this gap against, there's Ryan Selen there. Oh, they've both got Jamie Aiken, so Jamie's made a mistake somewhere at the back of the circuit. It was leading both of these riders last time around. And there's LeBroy as well right there, as well as Bolster, who's come back on the circuit, and he's sitting right now in 11th spot, so a good ride by him.
What a great battle these five are, thrilling the crowd here at Sydney Motorsport Park. It's being led at the moment by Jimmy Broadbent, Ryan Selen right behind him, followed by LeBroy, Aitken and Bolster.
Yes, it's no love lost between all these riders. Jimmy Broadbent, first year on the 600s this year, been riding the 300 Ninjas the last couple of years. Oh, Jamie Aiken's gone wide into bikebiz.com.au, lost another position there to LeBroy and his R6 number 333 Yamaha, so he's gone one step down, so he's now into 10th position.
He'll try as hard as he can with a lap and a half to go to maintain as many positions as he possibly can, or gain as many positions as he possibly can, as they thread the needle through Dunlop Sportsmax for the run-up over the top to Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days, Corporate Hill.
Yeah, Jimmy Broadbent still holding this great battle for the minor place, and so that's from 7th down to 11th, that little battle there, coming around Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days Corporate Hill into turn 9. Varying lines by all these riders trying different moves. They're going quick and to get the drive out of the turn to Iron Oils back straight. But is that we saw one of the leading rider was that Sam Lambert going across the finish line already, so he's just done a 36.4. Sepp Scarcella a 38.0, so 1.5 seconds quicker Lambert than Scarcella, a 38.0 for Barker in third too, so he's maintaining a 37.5 for Hayden Spinks, so Hayden Spinks could be sniffing out a podium position here.
Well, we're looking behind them, Reese Kitson, then this battle, Broadbent, Sellen, LeBroy, Aitken, Bolster and Davies.
It's a great battle there. They'll be loving it, those riders there. Excellent ride. We can't say enough about Jamie Aitken. 7 years since he's been on a bike, and he's on a CBR 600 too. So look at the battle here. Is that Jimmy Broadbent and Sellen?
Yeah, Sellen going towards the outside. Broadbent ran him wide, and that opened up the opportunity for, I think it was LeBroy.
Yes, he's taken over on his R6, so that little battle there has moved him up 2 positions, so he'd be happy about that now into 7th.
So the 333 there of LeBroy ahead now of Ryan Sellen and Jimmy Broadbent, and then Ryan Sellen. And now Aitken up the inside of Sellen, relegating him 1 further back.
Yeah, Sellen really got messed up on those last couple of corners, didn't he? Lost a few positions, but Jamie Aitken's running very well. But here we are on the final lap of the race. Oh, gee, Sam Lambert's around the outside of a back marker there. Heart and mouth, you'd have to say, for his team, but he's coming onto the Swann Insurance main straight for the last time.
Yeah, Shane Irwin did a good job, maintained his racing line, didn't deviate, but our race winner is going to be Sam Lambert. It makes it 4 out of 5 for him, plus a pole position. A fantastic effort over this weekend. Scarcella comes across the line in 2nd place. 3rd place taken out by Hayden Spinks, who got the better of Callum Barker.
Yeah, he's got him into the last turn through Matrice dampers there, turn 11 and 12. But this is LeBroy actually taking the lead of this 2nd group there, and just in front of Jimmy Broadbent, Sellen there, Jamie Aitken, and that's Bolster in 11th. So here we are, the official results of Sam Lambert, Sepp Scarcella in 2nd, Hayden Spinks, Callum Barker, Simon Rees, Carl Kitson the first of the AM-Sport 600s, Mark LeBroy, Jimmy Broadbent, Jamie Aitken and Ryan Sellen rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no, it's been awesome. I've loved the competition this weekend. It's been good. They're starting to make me push harder, which is good. I want to find my limits. So, yeah, no, it's been a good weekend. And without Scotty Hayes, my manager and mechanic, I wouldn't be where I am at the moment, so big thanks to him.
We went forward with a few more changes. Got better towards at the start of the race, especially I had new tyres on. So yeah, the combination was good. Hopefully we can convert it to a first in the next one.
We're going to have to make a few setup changes when we get back to the shed now and try to find extra second that these boys have on me and see if we can fight with them in the last race. Well, getting the race win yesterday was probably the best thing. It always feels good to stand on the top step of the podium, even with the good luck that I had with the other boys having their mistakes. But, that's what racing is and that's how it goes.
Time now for our next class of racing, the AM-Sport 600 over 6 laps. Now, whilst they are an inclusion in the Matrice Dampers Supersport category, they do get the opportunity of a standalone race for these older model motorcycles. And what a field we have here. You can see the enthusiasm in the riders. They're all getting themselves ready, especially Ben O'Connor, our pole sitter, with Bolston and Kitson on the front row of the grid. Grant Davis, Adam Hend on row number 2. Row 3, Jason Wilburn, Mark LeBrew and Jamie Aitken. Row 4, Tesserero, Molina and Brumby. 5th row of the grid is O'Mahony, Ernest and Kitson, with Green, Matry and Gale rounding up your top 12. On board with Carl Kitson, Team K-Works, ready for the start. 6 laps duration. Who's going to get the best of the start? Getting a good start on the right-hand side was Carl Kitson, but I think you'll find that it is the 67.
Yes, I think 65 of O'Connor on his Triumph, yes, using a little bit more of the bottom grunt for that little 675 Triumph. But at the moment, no, it's Carl Kitson out in front. He has overtaken Ben O'Connor, who's moved into second.
Yeah, Kitson got good drive initially, then backed off a little bit and then got the better drive again down through Turn 1 Races World and capitalised on the opportunity of a clear track in front of him and no bustling or hustling in bikebiz.com.au.
Yes, Tilly have another good start is Lebroy, who was on down into 8th position off the start. He's right up there now, battling for the battle for third. They're just behind, just been overtaken by, was that Bolster on the yellow livered R6 Yamaha.
I think you'll find that Jamie Aitken is up there in third place on the number 96, right on to the rear tail of Ben O'Connor.
Yes, he's having a great weekend. Every time he walks past the pits, he's smiling from ear to ear, having a great comeback to racing.
Yeah, walking down there a little bit earlier, just walking past the back of the pits, and his father, Paul, sitting there, a big smile on his face as well. It's good to see the Aitkins back in motorcycle racing. He'll be smiling big now because he's right on the back wheel of Ben O'Connor in third place, so he's having a big look up the inside. No, it's a Bolster up the inside. No, Aitken maintains that position as they come from Matrice Dampers turns 11 and 12, right on the tail of Ben O'Connor's Triumph. Yeah, so O'Connor, Aitken and Bolster, they're the three key protagonists for second, third and fourth placing. But it's all about Ben O'Connor out in front. He's got not a commanding lead, but a very, very handy lead indeed.
Yes, he's going all right. No, it's actually Kitson in the lead. He's streeted the field, Lance, at the moment. It's nearly 2 seconds on the first lap, so he's now in first spot. Here comes Brenner here. You can see him just leaving the turn then.
Well, there you go. The eye can be very deceiving indeed. So this battle here is for second, third, fourth and fifth placing. First place is off into the distance.
Yeah, that's Leroy and that's Bolster. They're following each other a little bit wide through bikebiz.com.au, but they've gained their composure and they're back around getting ready to come down bikehaggle.com.au drop off.
So Carl Kitson ahead of O'Connor, Aitken, Bolster, Lebroy, Davies, Tesserero, Hend, Mahani, Pellegrin, Ernst and Molina, rounding up your top dozen. Here's a replay of the start on board with Carl Kitson's Team K-Works machine. Momentarily bogging down. You can see on the outside there the Daytona 675 Triumph of Ben O'Connor. Got the early lead, but not long. The whole shot was in fact taken by Carl Kitson as he heads the field down into bikebiz.com.au. 24 riders in all started this, the AM-Sport 600 standalone race.
And you can see Carl Kitson out in front. Here comes is that Lebroy just trying to get down the slipstream past Aitken. Looks like that Yamaha's a little bit quicker into Races World Turn 1.
It is, and Jamie had to back off a little bit there. That gives him a narrow exit though out of Races World. Will he be able to capitalise on it? Up the inside, under brakes down into bikebiz.com.au, unable to do it. Discretion being the better part of valour there, or was it courtesy?
Yeah, very aggressive on the throttles too as they come into bikebiz.com.au, backing down through the gears. Yeah, so Jamie has been relegated now to fourth position. So it's Carl Kitson, O'Connor, Lebroy and Aitken now the top four.
Majority of the field heading their way through bikebiz.com, through the right-hander, up over the bikehaggle.com.au drop-off, down into Dunlop Sportsmax turns 4 and 5. Firstly, it's the right-hander, and then the left-hander.
Yes, and the very tricky part of the circuit there, but it is the Kitson, O'Connor, Lebroy, Aitken, Davis, Bolster, Tesserero, Hend, Pellegrin and O'Mahony rounding out the top 10.
Look at this battle in the middle of the field coming up. This is a battle for actually towards the end of the field. McCloy on 149, Franco, Gibb, Mulcahy and Pereira, all with a chance of defeating each other and finishing in the top couple of dozen.
Yeah, that's a battle for 20th, Lance. That's a huge battle, but excellent riding by those riders. Looks like one of the Kawasaki riders is throwing his weight in there as well. He's catching up to Jamie Aitken. Can't see that number 98. That is Davis there on his ZX6R.
And he's worrying Jamie Aitken. He had a real good long look on the exit of Matrice Dampers turns 11 and 12. Heading down the Swann Insurance main straight, did Jamie Aitken that time around. So maybe he's just feeling a little bit of pressure. The tyres a little bit worn, all that sort of thing.
Maybe he's a little bit worn too, Lance. We're talking about being race fit. He's one of the riders that hasn't been racing for a long time, but he's definitely getting straight into the groove on the older model Honda. But at the moment, We seem to have lost Carl Kitson off the timing monitor there, and it's got O'Connor leading the race now, Lance. And no, there he is there. No, no, he's just a timing issue. So he's having a great ride out in front at the moment. No, he's back now. So it's a 39.0 for him last time, a 38.9 for O'Connor. So O'Connor slightly quicker that time around.
A fairly lonely ride for Tesserero back there in 7th on board machine number 46. He's the next one behind Bolster on screen, the number 22.
Yeah, Robbie Tesserero, one of another character of Formula Extreme, always smiling, loves his racing. But Ben O'Connor there now is being chased down by LeBroy. He's having a good ride there, and he's pulling Jamie Aitken with him.
As we take this opportunity to have a look at some of the great slow motion replays at this circuit, the cameras really don't do it enough justice. And if you'd like to experience the excitement of riding on Australia's best racetrack, check out Sydney Motorsport Park ridedays.com.au, and you too can be a part of this great action at Sydney Motorsport Park.
It's a good battle all the way down there. That's a battle for 10th, 11th and 12th there, Lance. So
Molina, Mahoney and Ernst.
Yeah, that's it. So still all looking for top 10 finishes, and they're all going for their PBs, really, aren't they? They're trying to improve their riding, and this is the perfect race to do it in.
That's exactly what it's all about. Give them more track time, encourage them, get them out there. The bikes might be a little bit older than the modern ones at the front of the pack in the 600s, in the Super Sports, but certainly they should be given the opportunity, and they have been given the opportunity to get out there and showcase their talents.
Yeah, Kitson still maintaining his lead from start to finish, and this one, Lance, he's had a great ride there. So going into the middle of the track, I don't think he has to worry about anyone slipstreaming him. Let's see what the gap is this time. He's lost a second that lap, Lance, so it's down to 0.9 of a second. The final lap. Hope he hasn't come into any issues. He's done Kitson just did a 38.9, his fastest lap.
Yeah, he's done a 38.9, but he lost a bit of ground because Ben O'Connor has consistently been doing the 39s, 38s, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do over this final lap. I don't think he's got enough in him as Ben O'Connor. I think it's a little bit too late, too much too late, too little too late. That's what I'm trying to say.
And Carl Kitson will be very happy if he maintains this lead all the way through the end. A great finish, a great little chip on your trophy block there to take out the AM-Sport 600 class. But at the moment, it is Kitson out in front. O'Connor, LeBroy, Aitken, Davis, Bolster, Tesserero, Pellegrin, Held and Molina rounding out the top 10.
Well, at the end of this one, in about half a lap's time, Bolster, Hend and O'Connor will be backing up in the Pro Twins Naked Bike and Super Twins 700 next race. So they want to reserve a little bit of energy, I think.
Yes, there's been a lot of backing up, but here he is now. He's coming down the iPone oils back straight for the last time in the standalone AM-Sport 600 race. He's ridden a perfect race here, Carl Kitson. Got the whole shot and then has not been headed for the entire 6 laps. So he will be very happy with his performance, and he'll be looking forward for the final 600 race.
Ben O'Connor, he comes out in second place. He's the white machine. Followed through across the line will be LeBrew. And then this battle for 4th and 5th, Aitken and Davies. I think you'll find that Davies has just got
him. And here we have the confirmation there, Lance. Carl Kitson, O'Connor, LeBroy, Davis, Aitken, Bolster, Tesserero, Pellegrin, Adam Hend and Molina rounding out the top 10 on his R6.
Yeah, it's good being able to back it up from yesterday. Had a couple of tyre problems in the last race. Made a small change and went back down to my PB time, so pretty happy with that.
Coming up shortly, folks, is the third and final Matrice Dampers Supersport AM-Sport 600 race on today's second round of the Swann Super Series. Will Sam Lambert be able to make it a three-peat? The name on everybody's lips is Sam Lambert, the Yamaha YRD Addicted to Track R6 rider. Comes up onto the front row of the grid to occupy pole position. Alongside of him will start Giuseppe Scarcella. on the Team Sep 47 Kawasaki ZX6R, and Hayden Spinks on the Newcastle Cheapest Cars Kawasaki ZX6R rounds up the front row. Barker, Reese and Kitson shares row number 2 with LeBrew, Broadbent and Aitken on the third row. Row 4, Sellen, Bolster and Davis with Tesserero, Molina and Ernest on the next one. Sixth and final row that we can show you is Matrai, Perez and Franco. But there are 35 riders in all, and one of these, Jimmy Broadbent on the BC Performance Kawasaki ZX6R, has been one of the front runners throughout the previous 2 races. Lights are out, underway in the Matrice Dampers Supersport AM-Sport 600, third and final race of the day, scheduled for 7 laps. You can see that up the inside was Callum Barker, but not for long around the outside in Races World. Sam Lambert resumes condition normal at the pointy end of the field. You can see everybody trying hard, including Skep Scarcella on board with Sam Lambert. You can see how intense Scarcella's efforts are.
Yes, Sep Scarcella's definitely got the gloves off as he's carved up through Bike Biz to get in front of Sam Lambert. Callum Barker McVeigh is still there as well. Hayden Spinks is there as well. Barker and Spinks battling out for the B-grade honours for the day. Lambert and Scarcella at each other's throats already.
Well, Lambert has done a great job throughout the entire day on the Yamaha YRD. Addicted to Track California Superbike School Edge competition, and he asserts his authority in no uncertain terms down there at the Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days Corporate Hill area. He wants to make it a perfect score, finishing in front on every race that he's managed to complete.
Yes, and this is on the older model Yamaha, and I've heard the rumours that he'll be getting a newer model Yamaha, like the brand new version, for later in the year, as a lot of the new bikes coming through into Australia by then. But at the moment, Sam Lambert back where we've seen him all weekend and pulling away from Sep Scarcella. Has Callum Barker or Hayden Spinks got any answer for the 2 front runners?
Well, Skep Scarcella on the team at Sep 47 Kawasaki has been doing a great job throughout the race or throughout the entire day, weekend in fact, to take up the challenges. But there's been no real answer to the dominance of Sam, has there?
Yeah, Sam Lambert won the first race today by 14.5 seconds, the second by 6.5 seconds. He's already nearly a second out in front of Scarcella after 1 lap. Both these riders battling for the A-grade honours, but the battle to fill the field here between Barker McVeigh and Hayden Spinks there for B-grade honours. So the racing all the way through the field into different classes.
Well, Sep Scarcella's got a lot of people to please because of their support. The Kawasaki Connection Group, Kawasaki Australia, Scarcella and Son Watchmakers and Consi Jewelers. So there's plenty of pressure on the young man's shoulders, isn't there?
Well, he's done quite well so far, getting a lot of coverage there. There's Ryan Sellen on his 600 at 1 racing machine. But it is all Sam Lambert now. 0.7 of a second as they crossed the line last time in the lead. As the riders here, Sam Lambert's coming over the top of Sydney Motorsport Park Ride Days Corporate Hill. Here comes Hayden Spinks, a big look up the inside of Callum Barker McVeigh. Can't quite do it. Simon Rees has joined the party with this little battle for the final podium position.
Taking a look from on board Skep Scarcella's machine at the start, he was swamped, as you could see Callum Barker going around in front of him and leaning on the outside. Sam Lambert literally swapping leather brands, but it wasn't long before Scarcella outbroke almost everybody and catapulted himself up into second place. Have a look at how close they are, 3 wide out of Races World, heading down into bikebiz.com.au. where everybody was taking a different line and Skep Scarcella would assume the race lead. But let's get back to live action now with Stephanie Redmond. Hasn't Stephanie Redmond shone this weekend?
She's gone fantastic, and as you said, now a motorcycle racing coach, or riding coach, not just racing. It's racing, getting you to go faster. There's Jamie Aitken there on his silver-livered Honda number 96. He's sitting in 10th place at the moment. Look at the battle there is for 10th place.
A veritable gaggle of riders there vying for the minor placings. Such is the nature of the beast in this Matrice Dampers Supersport 600 and AM-Sport 600.
Yes, Sam Lambert's just peeled off a 35.4 last time around. Scarcella a 37.4 and Barker a 39.0. So Sam Lambert on fire in the last race of the day. There's Barker McVeigh there coming through Matthias Dampers now, getting ready to fly down the Swann Insurance main straight, still with those two Kawasaki's of Spinks and Reeves behind him. He's doing everything he can to stay in front of them, but look at Sepp Scarcella now. He's 4.5 seconds behind Sam Lambert as they cross the line. 4 seconds back to the battle of Barker, Spinks and Rees.
So to put it in perspective, first to second 4.65 seconds, second to third 4.0, and absolutely nothing between third, fourth, fifth and sixth placing.
Yeah, so Simon Rees had thought about having a big look up between these two going into bikebiz.com.au, thought better of it. Think I'll wait a little bit longer there. Hayden Spinks goes a little bit wide coming into the bike. Haggle.com.au drop off there, gives Callum Barker a little bit of breathing space, but that's all gobbled up into Sportsmax.
I said fourth, fifth, sixth, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. It's actually third, fourth and fifth, isn't it? Trio of riders battling it out for the final podium position.
Yes, and Barker McVeigh off the circuit there onto the dirt. I don't think that's going to help him get any drive going through the Sydney Motorsport Park ride days. I know that he has had the same tyres on his machine since the start of the day. He hasn't changed them from race number 1, but on the dirt, McVeigh coming through the Sydney Motorsport Park ride days, riding very hard. But here comes Spinks having a big look up the inside. Very tight line there by Spinks. Didn't think he was going to make it as Barker went round the outside.
Let's have a look at this three-way battle for third place between Simon Rees, Hayden Spinks and Callum Barker. And you can see here Barker using up all of the racing surface and some in his quest to finish in third place.
A couple of M-Sport races in front of the Supersport riders there of Broadbent and Ryan Sellen.
LeBroy, Aitken, Broadbent, Sellen, Davis, Tesserero, Bolster and Redmond, 8 of them vying it out for those minor placings.
Yeah, Sam Lambert now 6.5 seconds over Scarcella, that lead, and 12 seconds down to Barker, Spinks and Rees. Nothing separating those third, fourth and fifth riders. All of them will want to get on that last step of the podium.
What can you say about the efforts of Sam Lambert? He's going to have a massive smile on his face and certainly will be ruining the day that he caused problems in race 1 yesterday in round 1 of the Swann Super Series in the Matrice Dampers Supersport and AM-Sport 600.
And look at that now. We've got Simon Rees. He's made a big move over Hayden Spinks through Sydney Motorsport Park ride days. Callum Barker now relegated to 4th. He's off the podium. Could this be Rees' first podium of the weekend? He wants it. You can see he's trying very hard on 322, but here comes Barker out the inside. Can't quite do it.
Yes, the Castle Hills Motorcycles Kawasaki ZX6R has been there or thereabout throughout the weekend, Tim, but this would be a great way to see it off with a podium finish. Coming around the back of Corporate Hill, you can see Simon Rees getting the upper hand on Callum Barker, and right behind them is Hayden Spinks waiting to pounce on any mistake made by either of the two riders in front. Oh no, Stephanie Redmond, unfortunately looks like it's an end to her weekend. A very sour note in the mouth, I'm sure, as she would be very, very upset with not being able to finish this third race in the Matrice Dampers Supersport. The 310 of Ryan Sellen, the At1 Pro Race Suit Silkerling Liquid Performance Bay Security Kawasaki, is doing a great job mid-pack in that battle. Yeah, that's a battle for 10th, and he's just behind Jimmy Broadbent on the BC Performance team. We've had LeBroy up there, Jamie Aiken right behind him. It is the last lap of the race. The fastest lap of the race has been a 35.4 to Sam Lambert. Scarcella has just pulled a 37. Barker a 38, and so has Rees pulled a 38, so they pulled their fastest lap of the race so far. But who's around the outside? I think that was Davis on his Kawasaki. Couldn't quite get there at the moment, but here comes Sepp Scarcella around Sydney Motorsport Park ride days, around the Corporate Hill for the last time, sitting in a
very lonely second spot on the road, but here comes Sam Lambert. He's already going down the iPhone oils back straight on his R6 Yamaha. This will be 3 out of 3 for Sam. A great round 2 for the Yamaha rider. Looks like he's going to dominate as he should. Oh, gee, that's Sam Lambert out of the seat. He was lucky to hold on to that one. I think he was trying a little bit hard on that last corner there. That could have ended in tears, but a great win. 3 out of 3 for Lambert. But here comes Scarcella, and it looks like Rees has got the better of Spinks and Barker. So Rees looks like he's going to get his first podium position. And it is Sepp Scarcella crosses the line in the second spot, but the drag race to the line, it looks like Rees is going to get the better of Barker and Spinks. So Rees takes third spot, but here's the official score is Sam Lambert, Giuseppe Scarcella in second, Simon Rees, Callum Barker on his Suzuki in fourth, Hayden Spinks, Carl Kitson, the first of the AM-Sport, Mark LeBroy, Jamie Aiken, Robbie Testeria, and Ryan Sellen rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely awesome. I'm really stoked with this weekend, and it couldn't have been done without Scotty again. I've been taking him all weekend, but without him, it just wouldn't be possible for me to do what I'm doing. So him and Roger Hayes, his father, he's been mentoring me, and it's been great. Danielle, his wife, without her, I wouldn't have the data help that I get on the testings that I do, and Neil for helping prep the bikes and everything. It's awesome.
Yeah, again, second, nothing we could do about it. We tried everything. Tried to continue with the tweaks of the suspension, but Sam was untouchable, and it was just great this weekend. Well done.
Yeah, thanks very much. Been working really hard all weekend. A couple of fourths and fifths. First weekend of FX racing and first weekend on these tyres, so pretty happy with the result.
After this second round of the Matrice Dampers Supersport, Sam Lambert leads the field ahead of Hayden Spinks and Giuseppe Scarcella, whilst in the AM-Sport 600 class, Carl Kitson is top of the pops ahead of Grant David and Jamie Aitken. That concludes our coverage of this second round of the Matrice Dampers Supersport and AM-Sport 600 from Sydney Motorsport Park. Be sure to join us in the coming weeks, mid-July in fact, from Queensland Raceway for rounds 3 and 4. My name is Lance Robertson on behalf of Tim Graham and the entire team. Thanks for your company. We look forward to it again very soon.